I didn't move into the house because I liked it. I moved in because it was quiet. No neighbors close enough to hear me. No traffic. No sounds except wind and wood and the occasional animal in the trees. After years of apartment living, the silence felt like a luxury, like privacy. Unlady creeps and welcome to rabbit hole nightmare. The attic was the first thing I noticed, not visually, emotionally. A pressure overhead, subtle but constant, like the house had a second thought it wasn't sharing with me. The realtor joked about it. Old houses always feel watched, she said. I laughed along. The first night, I slept deeply. The second night, I woke up just after midnight. I didn't know why at first. No nightmare, no noise, just the unmistakable sensation of being observed. My eyes opened on their own, my body stiff, breath shallow. Then I heard it. A single footstep, slow, careful. It came from above my bedroom, directly overhead. I waited for another. Told myself it was the house settling. Old beams expanding, contracting, shifting their weight. The second step came anyway. Then a third, then a pause so long my heart started to race. Something dragged across the attic floor. Not scraped, dragged. I stared at the ceiling, tracing the sound as it moved. Each step landed with intention. Whoever or whatever was walking knew exactly where it was going. It stopped, directly above my bed. And then it laughed. The laugh didn't echo. It didn't carry, it didn't behave like sound should. It slid downward, seeping through the ceiling like moisture, wrapping around my ears instead of entering them. It was quiet, controlled, amused. I lay perfectly still. Every instinct screamed not to react. The moment I did, swallowed, twitched, breathed too loudly, the laughter stopped. That was when it dawned on me. It was responding. The next morning, I convinced myself I'd imagined it. Stress, new house. Old structures make noises people don't understand anymore. I climbed into the attic with a flashlight and a crowbar, embarrassed by how tightly I gripped both. The attic was unfinished, low ceiling, narrow beams. Boxes left behind by previous owners, furniture wrapped in sheets. A mirror leaned against the far wall, turned toward the corner. I didn't approach it. I don't know why. I felt rude somehow, like interrupting something mid-thought. There were no footprints, no disturbed dust, no signs of animals, no explanation, except the smell, sweet, metallic, thick enough to coat the back of my throat. That night, the footsteps returned. They didn't start slow this time. They ran, heel to toe to heel, back and forth across the attic, fast enough that the beams groaned in protest. The laughter burst out in jagged intervals, overlapping itself like several voices competing to use the same mouth. It laughed when my breathing sped up. It laughed when I covered my ears. It laughed hardest when I whispered for it to stop. I grabbed my phone and started recording, hands shaking so badly I nearly dropped it. The laughter crescendoed, sharp and ecstatic, vibrating through the walls. When I listened back the next morning, the audio cut out the moment the laughter began. The file showed 23 minutes of silence. Underneath it, barely audible, was a low rhythmic sound, breathing, not mine. After that, I stopped sleeping normally. I would wake up standing in rooms I didn't remember entering. Once in the hallway, staring straight up at the attic hatch. Once sitting on the bottom stair, hands folded in my lap like I was waiting to be called somewhere. Every time, the ladder was down. The hatch was open, waiting. The footsteps changed again. They slowed, measured, like something no longer needed to rush. Sometimes they stopped entirely. Those nights were worse. The silence pressed in on me, thick and heavy, as if the house itself were holding its breath. On the fifth night, it spoke. You hear me now. The voice didn't come from the attic. It came from inside my skull. It sounded almost gentle. I screamed and collapsed against the wall, clawing at my ears. The laughter surged through me, not a sound, but a sensation, vibration, pressure, heat. My vision swam. I tasted blood. When it stopped, I was alone again. But not really. From then on, the house felt crowded. Corners seemed deeper. Hallways stretched longer than they should. The ceiling felt lower, closer, like it was leaning in to listen. I tried to leave. The front door wouldn't open. The handle turned. The lock disengaged. But the door refused to budge, like something on the other side was holding it shut. The windows didn't break. They rang like bells when I struck them, vibrating without cracking. My phone showed full signal. No calls connected, no text sent, not even emergency services. The house wasn't trapping me, it was isolating me. I called a priest using the landline I hadn't realized still worked. He arrived just before sunset, uneasy the moment he crossed the threshold. The air dropped 20 degrees instantly, our breath fogged. The walls creaked as if settling under new weight. The laughter exploded above us, wild, unrestrained, layered so deeply it rattled my teeth. The priest didn't hesitate. He climbed the ladder, rosary clenched tight, prayers spilling from his mouth like he could drown the sound out. Halfway up, something grabbed him. Not pulled, wrapped. His body folded backward unnaturally, spine bending, neck snapping with a sound so sharp it cut through the laughter. His body hit the floor with a wet thud, eyes still open, mouth frozen mid-prayer. The attic hatch slammed shut. The ladder folded up on its own. The ladder lowered again. I climbed because it wasn't my choice anymore. The attic had changed. The space stretched impossibly, walls curving inward, pulsing faintly like living tissue. The air was warm, wet. The mirror stood uncovered now, upright in the center of the room. It reflected me. And something wearing me. Its face sagged slightly, like skin not quite attached correctly. Its eyes were hollow pits, yet focused with unbearable intensity. When it smiled, its mouth opened too wide, tearing at the edges. "You thought I lived here," it said. Hands pressed into my chest from every direction, inside my ribs, inside my throat, fingers wrapped around my spine and squeezed. I only laughed here. I felt my neck tighten, lift. The laughter burst out of me, perfectly timed, perfectly practiced. Then nothing. They found the house empty months later. No body, no blood, just deep gouges around the attic hatch. And a phone left on the bedroom floor. On it was a recording, this recording. The file shouldn't exist. It uploaded itself, shared itself, found its way to you. And if you've been listening carefully, you might have noticed something. The way the silence between my words feels heavier than it should. The way your ceiling suddenly feels closer. Listen, if you hear footsteps tonight, don't assume they're above you. They don't need the attic anymore. They learned how to walk by listening to me. They learned how to laugh by listening to fear. And they learned how to leave by being heard. Now they're listening to you. Don't react. That's how they know you're ready. Don't fall asleep and join us down the rabbit hole again soon, if you dare.